Good day, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. As you can see, the topic of today's discussion is be careful of people who have high functioning depression. So, welcome to Notions at Noon. Now, the thing about this is you'd never know because they're walking around like everything is okay. And I am speaking from experience. So, after looking at and digging into some of my behavior, I definitely have self-diagnosed myself in the past um, with high functioning depression, and it is very, very, very common, especially for people that have been through some pretty major and triggering life events, life losses, or they're just at a place where they're just going through some things, and that's pretty much everybody. But people deal with things on a different level, and sometimes you know like, yeah, people deal with things on a different level, and people are dealing with a different level of things. Hey, Charity. Um so I'm going to go through some of the effects and side effects and symptoms of just depression, and then I'm going to go into some things to look for in people that may be high functioning depressed. So just some basic symptoms of just depression are persistent sadness, a loss of interest in things that used to be pleasurable to them, like going out, enjoying different things, feelings of guilt, feelings of shame, irritability, anxiety, self-loathing, insomnia, and on the opposite side of that, also sleeping too much is a symptom of depression. Loss of appetite or eating too much, withdrawal from social activities, like that's linked to the same thing I mentioned before, a loss of interest in doing things that used to be pleasurable to you, neglecting hygiene, um, not being able to perform daily activities or work activities. And I can attest for that because I am still there. And if you all know my story, I am 3 years post burying a child, and I am a year and a half postpartum. So I had a lot of things going on in a short period of time, and it has still affected my work performance. My work still has not fully recovered um, from me going through all of those events, and in all of that, actually suffering and being a high functioning depressed person. Okay, because sometimes it's not until after the fact of dealing with stuff, and you're just used to going and going and going, that you just realize something's not right, I'm not right. And upon self-reflection, you can say, oh yes, this is what I was suffering with, this is what I was dealing with. And I actually realized that. And also, being highly distracted is another symptom of depression. And again, that goes into the work performance, because I was highly distracted, and I am still highly distracted. And so I am not very functional at my 9 to 5. Now, you give me something else that I want to do, anything creative outside of my 9 to 5, I'm on it. But when it comes to that, it has suffered greatly. But yeah, so to get to the symptoms or things to look for in a high functioning depressed person, I'm going to get into that right now. So you all have heard of high functioning alcoholics. You've heard of high functioning drug addicts. You've heard of high functioning people with even autism. It's called Asperger's. And I believe there's one other one that's also high functioning autism. But until today, I have never really heard anyone say high functioning depression. And I saw it on a post on another social platform, and I said, you know what? You never hear about this. You don't hear people talking about this, and it should really be discussed more, because there are people walking around dealing with stuff and they're just functioning as usual. But the first thing to look for in someone that might be a high functioning depressed person is they get up, they go to work in silence and act like nothing is wrong. All right. Number two, they check on everybody else. That actually can be a good and a bad thing, because sometimes you're just trying to suppress what you're going on while, searching after the well-being of others. And that's a good way to pick yourself up, but it's not truly dealing with your issues to the root and to the cause. All right. Hi, Bylaw, I think that's how to pronounce that. How are you today? Thank you for joining the live. Hey, M. Thank you for asking, but I do have people to talk to. I have great family and friends, and I also seek counseling as well, and have sought counseling throughout life. The third one is they practice their smile. So they practice how they're going to behave to mask how they're truly feeling. All right. And that's truly something to think about. The fact that you have to practice how you're going to behave and present yourself to others before you get out there in the world, knowing how you truly feel inside. Thank you, Gavin. How are you today? Number 4, they don't air out their struggles. And that is one of the main characteristics of a high functioning depressed person, is that you will never know it. They mask it very well. And they don't tell a lot of people their problems or their struggles. So that's why people don't know. The 5th one is they stay busy. They're always doing something, okay, to try, again, to suppress and mask what it is that they're going on, what they have going on, and to help to just get over and forget about what it is that they're truly going through. Number 6 is they try to post funny stuff or be over reliable. And again, that goes back to checking on everybody else, but being there for everybody else, and trying to forget and ignore what it is they're truly going through and not dealing with it. So yeah, like I said before today, I had never even heard that term, high functioning depression. But when I heard it, I said, I have to talk about this, because I myself have suffered with this through some tremendous loss, whether it being a family member or divorce or having a child. You have postpartum depression as well. That can be a factor. And just other everyday life things that compound themselves on top of things like that if you're going through it. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please ask me now. If not, you can leave them after the fact, after this live ends. But mental health is very important. It's something you have to take care of, because everything else is going to flow from that and be affected by that. You have to take care of yourself first. Put your oxygen mask on first before you try to deal with anything else outside of you, even husband, kids, family, friends, anything, work. And just truly take care of yourself. And if you are suffering with depression and you don't realize it or notice it, just go through the checklist of the things I just said. I mean, outside of just the symptoms of normal depression, are you a high functioning depressed person? And truly evaluate that. And after you do recognize it, put some things into place to take care of yourself. But I want to thank you all for watching the live today, and you be blessed.